Hey guys, it's Kayla. I am just here to film another makeup video for you guys today. I'm really just going to focus on the eye part today, and then I'll do everything else off camera and come back and show you guys the finished look. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. I am going to use quite a few palettes today, just because I'm not too sure as to what I'm wanting to do. I know I want to do something with pink and yellow, something to kind of match my shirt. But what I am going to start off with is one of my favorite palettes, which is the 35H palette. I did use this in the last video, and I am going to use it starting off with that color again. And I'm just going to take my M517 brush, I think we used this last time, and start packing it on my lid. Now I did self tan a little bit, so I am a little bit darker, so I'll be using a different foundation and everything today, so I won't look so pasty. I guess y'all don't care, but I do. Alright, so starting off with packing that on the lid. Then I'm going to take this pink over here, and I'm going to run that along my lash line. Doing that, I am going to use my MB19 brush. It's like a concealer brush. So I'm going to dip and pack that on the brush. And I'm gonna sweep that across my lash line. I'm not really wanting to do a crazy amount of makeup today. It's a beautiful day out. I'm stuck inside because we're on lockdown in North Carolina. But I will make do with what I have. So I'm just packing this on in kind of like a outer V shape. Again, it's okay if you go a little bit out. You can just come back and clean it up. Now you could use a colored pink eyeliner. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything along that sort. But I'm gonna layer this pink shadow up. I'm probably gonna go halfway up my eye. But I'm not so sure. I'm gonna kind of just roll with it. Now next, I'm gonna take this darker, it looks red on the camera, but it is a like shimmery pink. These are all kind of pinks on the side, so that would be like a burgundy, and this would be like more of like a reddish pink, and so I just used that one, and I'm gonna go in with this one, and I'm gonna pack it more focused on my lash line. And to use that, or and to do that, I am going to use the MB19 brush. It's just another concealer brush, or you can use it for your lips. So I'm gonna pack that on there and get it nice and pigmented. And I'm just gonna pack it along the lash line. I'm not really blending this out too much yet. I kind of want to place down the colors before I do anything else. But I just want it to deepen up the inner lash line. Okay, stepping aside from that color, I'm now gonna go into a different palette. I'm gonna go into the James Charles palette. I know in the last video I think I said that I use it, but only sometimes. I'm not a big fan of it, but I feel like that pink wasn't dark enough. So I'm gonna go in with this color right here. Again, it looks red on here, but it is a more burgundy kind of shade. It's a different kind of color than this one. This one's a little bit more purple in the 35H palette. So I want to kind of stick with like the ruddy kind of tones, ruddy pinky. And the James Charles palette is really pigmented. I just don't find use for it often. Now the reason why I started with a lighter color was because I wasn't so sure of where I was going with this, but now that I've started, I think I know what I want to do. Okay, so now that I packed that on my lid and it looks like this, I'm gonna go in with a M560 brush, and it's kind of just like a little round oval brush, and I am gonna start kind of blending this out just a little bit. I still kind of want it to look like eyeliner, I guess. But I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit, blend it upwards. And now since I blended it out, it's become a lot softer, so I will have to go back in and pack some more of the burgundy pinky color from the James Charles palette. And again, just kind of trying to focus it on the lash line. And you can kind of bring it in as far as you want to. I'm stopping kind of like right there because I do want to use a different color and I want the other color to kind of pop. So yeah. And you could wet these down and lay it down. You just wouldn't have a lot of time to blend it out, so you'd have to like lay it down and then blend it out. And I am gonna drag it a little bit onto the wings that we created. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with this brush and blend it out a little bit. And the more you blend it out, I think the prettier it gets. All right, so I'm gonna dip back into this palette for the lighter shade, and I'm gonna take my favorite brush that we used a lot yesterday, cleaning it off, of course. It's the M411 brush, and I'm gonna dip back into the first shade that we used. Okay, so I have it on my brush, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of start blending that color a little bit onto my lid and outwards. Very lightly. I'm not trying to really put so much pigment. I'm just trying to kind of give the eyeshadow some more like characteristic and shape, rather than it just being like a liner. All right, so I'm gonna go back into that darker shade again from the James Charles palette. Pick it up on your brush pack it on the lash line. Sometimes you can lose the color and definition, so you want to just always go through and make sure it's still there. And I might even go into this palette and take that second shade that we used, this one right here, and it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. I mean, it's not half bad. And I'm gonna pack that on top too. Just trying to marry all the colors together and make it seamless, but not overdo it. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm probably going to wash this off when I'm done. All right, so I'm going back in, taking that lighter shade again with the M411 brush. I should know the name of this brush by now. And blending. All right, so going back in with the M411 brush, I'm going to take the lighter shade again and start blending, and just blend upwards to where you have a nice dusty pinky color on your lid. All right, so I think I'm gonna stop right there with the pink. I'm actually pretty happy with it. And I'm gonna add some yellow. So for the yellow, I'll just take the MB19 brush again, clean it off really good. And I think I'm gonna use the yellow as my base from the James Charles palette. It's a super neon yellow. This palette's literally a rainbow. It has all the colors except for just like a regular red. But yeah, I'm gonna use that one. And I'm just gonna pack the yellow on really good. It's just gonna be a base color for some shimmery yellow, but I at least want it to be yellow. So I'm gonna pack this onto my inner corner. So it looks like that. And do the same for the other eye. And just pack it all in. Okay. See how that looks? And you kind of want to do like a tapping motion when you're applying it. That way the pigment stays on and it's being packed on rather than it being swiped on. So I have that going for me. And then I'm gonna go back in to the M411, swirl it off, dip into the pale pink shade that we used, and blend those two colors together right there, just so it is seamless. Okay, then I'm gonna also pick back up the MB19. I think these are both MB19. Yeah, they're both the same brush. I'm gonna go back in with this into that deep red from the James Charles palette, and I'm going to pack this on and get it as close to that yellow as possible without it overtaking the yellow. Awesome. Okay, then I'm just gonna go back through and just blend ever so slightly. I am like literally barely touching my eye, but it does the trick. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna take next is I'm gonna take the 35 Icy palette, and I'm gonna take this yellow color right here at the top, and I'm going to put that as my inner corner highlight. So I'm going to pack that onto the brush, and I'm going to pack it onto my inner corner. It's a really pretty color. It's super faint. It's not like all the other sparkles in this palette, but it is pretty. Okay, so now that I popped that on the inner corner, you can see it's a little sparkly. I'm gonna go into the Armed and Gorgeous Jaclyn Hill palette. I really like this palette. I love all the colors in it. They're very pretty. I love this yellow. So I'm gonna take a mixture of both of these yellow, and I am going to pack that on my lid where I placed the other yellow, and I'm gonna take that MB19 brush again. So I'm going to just pick up both of those and pack it right on to where we placed down the bright yellow. And so I'm just gonna place it on that bright yellow portion. It's very hard to talk and blend at the same time, but it's okay. So after I've done that, I'm gonna take that M411 brush again and just softly blend those together. And you can always go back in, add more yellow if needed, which I am going to do to this eye. They're very pigmented yellows, but I like to play them with my fingers because it's a little bit better than applying with brushes, but it's okay. All right, so after we've done all of that, okay, so after I've blended the yellow and the pink together, I'm just gonna go through and clean up the outer corners. I will apply my foundation and do some contour and highlight and blush, apply my mascara and lipstick, and then I will be back with the finished look. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. It's just a very quick and simple eye look. I didn't really feel like doing much today. Like I said, I'm not doing a lot. Probably just gonna wash this off. I just did some NYX BB cream. I love this stuff. It's in the color nude. It's a nice warm tone. And then I cream contoured, blushed and highlighted, and put some lipstick on. But yeah, so this is the finished look, and I hope you guys like it. Just let me know if you guys have any suggestions or anything else that I could do. Yeah, so thank you guys. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and just share the love and positivity throughout this whole ordeal that we're going through. Thank you so much.